For do I now persuade man or God, or do I seek to please men? For if I still pleased men, I would not be a bondservant of Christ. You see, this is a scary statement. Paul makes it abundantly clear that this was never about the personal pride of his or about his reputation. This was about the glory of God and the truth of the gospel. You see, you cannot serve two masters. Paul says it. He says it very clearly. If you still serve man, you cannot be a servant of Christ. You cannot be a bondservant of Christ. And this would be the first thing I would explain to seminarians, because I see preacher after preacher after preacher putting 90% of their energy in pleasing and endearing themselves to their audience instead of uncompromisingly preaching the whole counsel of God for the sake of those whom they claim to love. If you please other people instead of God, you do not love them, you love yourself. Oh, life would be so much easier. So much easier if you just do what people want. Oh, that you would be the kind of pastor where people run around. Our pastor is just the nicest guy. He's the sweetest man. He's just uplifting after uplifting after uplifting. Never preaches about sin. Never is offensive. Never uses strong words. Never scares us. Life would be so much easier. You wouldn't be run out of churches. Your name wouldn't be slandered up and down the eastern seaboard. But if I would still try to please men, I would not be a servant of Christ, and neither would you. If your life is geared to make a good impression towards people, then you are on a completely wrong trajectory. Your life must be geared only in one direction, to please God. Your question for every decision you make must be, which avenue, which option pleases God more? Because if you're still living to please man, you cannot be a servant of Christ. You cannot serve two masters. There's an antithesis. You either serve only God or something or someone else. God is a jealous God. He wants us fully because He bought us fully with the precious blood of His Son, Jesus Christ. If your goal is to please men, eventually you will compromise the truth. But the servant of God must please God first. A good friend of mine, a fatherly friend, I can say his name, it's a positive thing, Reverend Bart Elshout in Kalamazoo, told me this once. He said, everywhere I go, when I get a call, the first thing I say is, I just want to make this clear, I serve first God and then you. He says this everywhere he goes. And this stuck with me because not only the statement is important, but much more following up and living it out. Now, this does not mean that the preacher ought to be arrogant and completely neglecting the needs of the congregation. But his first allegiance is to God.